Here we go. So, I walked with a zombie. I walked like a zombie, walked like a zombie, walked like a zombie. That was my Elvis impression. There we go, folks. Impression of the day. Got it out of the way quick. Movie came out in 43, I think. It's in the title of the video. You can check it out for yourself. Basically, the plot of the movie is a nurse from Canada comes to a Caribbean island where a plantation owner of a sugar mill greets her and tells her that she has to take care of his wife. And meanwhile, there's his alcoholic brother that the nurse tries to help as well, and love and stuff. Disclaimer for the film out of the way. Just like I talked about with White Zombie, there's some things involving race that might seem outdated by today's standards. So thought I'd put it up front rather than someone watch the movie, get offended, bitch about it on Twitter, and then Amazon pulls the movie off of their rental service, and I have to fucking get it off Pirate Bay if I want to watch it again. Which won't happen because I do not feel the need to watch this movie again anytime soon or ever. I'm aware this movie came out in the 40s and film pacing wasn't the same as today, but this is a very slow movie. And it's barely a zombie movie because there are 2 zombies in the movie and they take up maybe a minute of screen time, if I'm generous. Okay, maybe not a minute, maybe 2 minutes of screen time. But it's not a zombie movie, it's a voodoo movie. It's more like reminiscent of like witchcraft than of actual zombies. And I get that zombies do come from voodooism and rituals and stuff like that, and it's not like the Americanized version of zombies that we've come to know, but yeah, it just didn't feel any like White Zombie, which I reviewed just before, felt more unique. It was more zombie. This had nothing. Alright, I started off bitching about the movie. It happens. You know, I like to look at the glass half full. No, I'm a nice guy. I understand it's difficult to make movies. And I'll shoot them some positives. I like the look of the movie. I like the look of black and white movies in general. I like the lighting. There's this beautiful scene where the main character is going to sleep, and you see the moonlight coming through the shutters of the window. I think that's all very beautiful. And it's something you get in black and white films that you don't necessarily get in color films nowadays. The first time we see a zombie in this movie was pretty scary. It was a very brief appearance. I thought they were going to show more zombies later on in the film, but they ended up not. We see another zombie later in the film. I should have put this in my disclaimer, but they use a person's illness for scares. I thought it was effective, but I'm probably a dick for thinking that. But whatever. The zombie had some kind of Graves' disease or something. His eyes were bulging. So if you're sensitive towards that, I'm sorry. I thought it was pretty creepy when you're first introduced to him. You're like, you don't expect it. It takes you aback. Other than that, I'm not a guy who gets scared very often, but, why am I fucking crossing my leg? Hurting my manhood here. Yeah, I'm not a guy who gets scared that often, but, the one thing in films and in general that creeps the shit out of me is, rituals and cults and stuff like that. And there was a pretty effective cult scene in here, like rituals and weird voodoo shit going on. That's like the one thing in movies that irks me. I'm not a guy who gets scared of many things. The only fears I have are rituals, bears, and carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is a fucking scary-ass thing. It's like real-life ghosts. Carbon monoxide. You can't smell it. You can't see it coming. All of a sudden, it fucking kills you. There's nothing more terrifying than carbon monoxide. Oh yeah, and rituals. Rituals are scary as well. Anyway, enough talking about my fears. What didn't work about the movie? Well, I mentioned before the pacing is slow. There's barely any zombies. I wasn't that invested in the plot. The problem I have with movies from the 40s and 50s is that everyone acts a certain way and no human actually acts like that. And it makes it very hard for someone like me who's born almost in the 21st century to go back and watch these films where everyone's talking like a rich socialite where, hey, honey.
Tell me, Miss Connell, do you consider yourself pretty?
And it's like a mix of a British accent and an American accent. It's like no one ever talked like that. And I get that's how movies were in the time. But for me, it's the one thing in film when I go back and watch older film that I can't get over. Some people can't get over black and white in films. I'm not like that. Some people can't get over outdated visual effects. That's never bothered me. The one thing that's hard for me to get over in old films is the way they act and the way they talk. And it seems like every character is a rich socialite. I'm biased. It's not a criticism of the film. It's just something that hindered my enjoyment of the film. I don't blame the film for that. It was just the time. Yeah, not much else I can say on this film. A little disappointing. I'm going to give it a 3 out of 10, unfortunately. I don't like giving negative reviews. It really hurts me. Because, it's easy to criticize a film. It's actually hard to make a film. But it's definitely a better film than I ever made. Take that as you will, but... yeah, a little dull. If you're gonna watch a zombie movie that's from a long time ago, I would go with White Zombie instead. That one had a bit more charm. It had Bela Lugosi doing the eyebrows like this. No reason to watch this movie. You're not missing out on much. Yeah.
Ceremony that seeks the life of the woman who lives forever, who walks with the dead.